Now that was super stressful. I am so sorry. It was my fault, and I could not get anything to work. So I apologize. But thank you, Brenda from San Antonio, and my good friend Leigh from Orange Beach, Alabama. Thank you for being here. And I apologize. I was late. I was having major technical difficulties.
You're fine. Happens.
So
Hey, it's real estate. We're used to expecting the unexpected, right?
Yes. I wasn't expecting this to go wrong, but that's right. Yeah, I should be playing for it. So, talking about the craziest, the funniest, the scariest real estate story that you have. Start with Brenda. And Brenda, first tell me how long you've been in real estate.
I have been in real estate about 16 years now.
Wow, you've been in there a long time. So you must have some good stories.
So loving it. So yeah, I have a lot of stories. I guess the most recent one that I can think of is usually, access. When I'm showing a home to clients, I usually carry the key with me everywhere. This time I broke my own rule, and I happened to be doing a virtual showing for my clients last year. And I have been up on the second floor, and this bedroom has access to a balcony. So I went outside on the balcony, and the door closed behind me, and it locked. And so I did not have the key because I left it like a dummy. So it was a little scary because my clients were there. There was no way off the balcony. Like I wasn't climbing down, anywhere.
Oh my God.
My clients are on FaceTime going, can you call somebody? So basically what I had to do is break into the house. I had my purse, and I broke in with one of those. It was an older door, thank God. And so I had to break back in, just pop the lock. And I'm like, don't tell anybody. I'm breaking into their house. But that's how I would get back in. I was like, oh my God, how scary. And my clients are laughing at me. I'm just like, this could have been a disaster. I always carry the key with me just in case, a door closes and I can't get back in and my stuff is inside. So.
Oh yeah.
What about you, Leigh? How long have you been in real estate?
Oh, 29 going on 30 years. June will be 30 years. So I know, hard to believe. But I've got the stories of the good old days before MLS, before cell phones, all that stuff.
Wow.
The young agents love to laugh at me, but it's so funny. I had a similar story to Brenda's once, except it was a condo on the 8th floor. And luckily I had the phone, and it was one of those few places where there was an on-site office there, and called my main office. They sent somebody to main downstairs to let me back in. But I think the craziest one of all time, though, I haven't had anything yet to beat this, was one 4th of July was showing vacation properties to folks who were from out of town, because most of our folks are in from out of town. They want to look on the holiday, and they go, oh, let's go early. Let's go 8 o'clock, before it gets too hot. So set everything up, go in to show really nice unit, ground floor, vacant unit. We're walking all through. They've got their kids with the kitchen, the living room. We look, well, let's look at the master. Open the door of the master. 2 people asleep. They were asleep. Dead to the world, asleep in the bed. And I went, oh my God. Out of there.
Quickly.
And so I showed a vacant condo that wasn't. And I never did hear the backstory, but I had left my card. So I got a call about an hour later, and they said, we're out of there. You can show it if you want to. And sometimes in those vacant condos, sometimes friends of friends, especially on the holidays, maybe they go and decide they're going to spend the night and they don't tell anybody. But luckily there was no harm done. But
you start thinking all the what ifs.
Yeah. So
just recently I did the same thing as Brenda. I locked my key in a house with my phone and locked the house up. I locked everything up. Was great. We were doing a tour of the neighborhood because the neighborhood was on the water. So we wanted to walk down to the dock. We wanted to see the access. We had us passing back through the house. I'm like, oh crap, I don't have my phone. And nowadays, not only do you not have your phone, which our phone gives us access into the homes.
Yeah.
But I have how many phone numbers do you guys know? I know none.
Yeah.
And so I literally had to borrow my client's phone to Google myself to
Mhm.
find my own team cell phone number so that I could call the office and beg for SOS, somebody to please come and help me get back into the house so
Oh
that I could
God.
rescue my phone.
Yeah. Yeah. I
And I
know.
had one like yours too, Leigh, when we walked in and it was military guy and he was passed out to the world. And I was a little bit worried because military, all of his uniforms and everything, but including guns and I thought, oh my goodness, he's going to wake up and think I'm robbing and kill me. So I did the same thing. I backstepped
Yeah, no doubt.
out and I called the listing agent and they he was unable to be woken up. He was a tired man. He had worked hard.
Wow.
Wow.
But tell me, so I have never been to San Antonio, and I've also never been to Orange Beach, Alabama. What is your, just in a quick 1 minute sentence or something, what is San Antonio like? Temperature, a little bit, just give a broad, brief spectrum.
Well, currently it's not as hot as it normally is, but it's usually very warm weather, hot, humid, Texas, not, maybe not as humid as some areas in Texas because we're further from the water. But, San Antonio is like a large city. But I love San Antonio in that it's not, even though it is a large city, it's more homier, like, than some of your large metros, can be comprised of stuff. Huh?
Your client base, are they moving into, out of, or staying within San Antonio?
Well, my client base, typically, we're Military City, USA, right? So we have several military bases, 2 Air Force bases and an Army base. And then we have the, BAMC here, the Wounded Warrior Program here. So we are a huge military community, lots of retired military. It was so funny when I'm also retired Army. I did 21 years in the service. And,
Thank you for that.
And when I got my little retired Army sticker, it was like no big deal. Like it just matched everybody else's. So, so we have a lot of military that come in, a lot of medical personnel as well. We have, a large medical center as far as that goes. So we have a lot of people that, come in, obviously military every 3 to 5 years, big, we call it PCS season when they're coming, in and out. So that's my main client base is military.
Very good. What about you, Leigh? What is it like in Orange Beach, Alabama? And then who's your number 1, number 2 client base?
Well, it's originally and primarily still it's second home vacation because we do have that beautiful beach on the Alabama. We run over into Florida, which since I can literally throw a rock at Florida from my office, we work Florida too. But Orange Beach is unique because it's known not only for our beautiful white sandy beaches, but for fishing, some of the best fishing in the world because we've got the bays and the back bays out there and then the quick access to the Gulf.
Oh,
So
that's awesome.
we have a lot of boaters. So we, going way back, I've always said I'm your beach and boat property specialist. Yeah. And having a husband that was in charter fishing has been for almost 30 years. Know a little bit about boats. So that's really, I think, what Orange Beach is all about, the beaching and the boating. But recently, we've had more and more people moving into our area. Population, I think, used to be, permanent population was like 3,000. Yeah, except 10 years ago.
3,000, 1, 2, 3?
Yeah, like that. Now in the summertime, it's times 10. But, we have an excellent school system. Baldwin County is a very good school system, but Orange Beach, along with our sister city, Gulf Shores, right to the west, has formed independent school districts. And we have people coming in who are moving in inland to put their children in these excellent schools. So the permanent population is really growing.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then what are you seeing with real estate? Have you seen any, well, obviously you've seen the changes. I mean, we have pivoted more in the past 3 years than we have in the 17 years that I've been in real estate. But what are you currently seeing the climate? Is there, and specifically, are you seeing, because I'm starting to see what people want in a house is slightly different than what it was. And I think a lot of it has to do with COVID and just sort of interested in what you girls are seeing across the nation.
Well, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I was just trying to,
as far as, well, I mean, as far as what people want, it's basically been the same, although since the past couple of years, a lot of people are looking for more home offices, lots of, kind of at-home entertainment, from that, if you remember COVID,
Mhm.
pool sales shot up like crazy here in Texas, as far as that goes. But I see a lot of, people wanting that, even our military folks, that are bringing other family members, just a lot of amenities that they have access to,
Right.
just in case they get stuck at home.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. What are you saying? Anything different lately?
Well, I think what brings people to the beach is always going to be what brings people to the beach.
Right.
And moving to like I said, in our area, it's kind of been an interesting shift to see people bring their children in for schools. But I think it's more about having things nearby they can walk to, walkability, and there's a rejuvenated interest in people buying condos, not only to earn some rental income, but also to enjoy and spend that time together. The area we call like across the bridge, which is like off beach, people are wanting those bigger lots. There are plenty of subdivisions out there with the first time home buyer, but there is more of a desire for a larger lot. The homes, even if it's not a big home, if it's not a bigger lot, it's going to move a lot quicker.
Yeah, I've seen I definitely see the in-house offices, but I'm starting to see a little bit of a trend where clients are not wanting that huge open floor plan, especially if they have kids that they have been homeschooling. So now I'm starting to see that big floor plan scares a big family moving here that's got 3 children that are not in school yet, right? So they're wanting those different spaces. They're wanting those walls. They're wanting the extra offices. Definitely. And I think you said it, Brenda, outdoor living. I mean, fireplaces, outdoor kitchens, a
Oh, yeah.
pool, anything like that. We are on years waiting list here. I think we're on a 3-year waiting list for a pool, as well as like the brick and mortar, like outdoor fireplaces and fire pits. And I think you're right. I think people are realizing that if they're going to spend more time at home, they want more things to do at home. Right.
Yeah.
And then what are the prices that you guys have seen? Because now we're at the end of first quarter, beginning of second quarter, not fourth, second quarter. What have you seen this year kind of compared to last year?
Prices have come down a little bit. We've had a little bit of a downward shift. It's not gone down to, I know people in the media, and there's all kinds of
Well,
it's gonna crash, the market's gonna crash, and I'm gonna be able to get a home for a deal. That's just not, it's just not the truth. Regardless that, prices are coming down a little bit, they're not coming down to anything, deal worthy. Our median price is probably running about $360.
Yeah.
Whereas, early summer last year it was about $380, $400s.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's coming down a little bit, but nothing so significant that it would just, this screams deal,
Like nothing catastrophic. What about you, Leigh? What are you seeing?
Well, it's interesting because our stats for March just came out yesterday, and it's while we're up the prices for the resort area, because we have the 2 separate markets. Our traditional single family in Foley, a little bit farther north, is much like Brenda's. We've got $250 to $350 for those 3-2 standard homes, but resort driven, what we call resort, is at about $729. Was the average. I've got my notes. Yeah, $729, and that was up 10% over a year ago. But what's really significant is days on market for those properties. Days on market now is averaging 82, and that is 215.8% more days than last year. So, and the other thing too is we're seeing more of a balance between recreational resort, single family, as opposed to condo, because condominiums are adjusting for the increased fees
That's right.
that the insurance is bringing. And insurance is definitely playing a big factor in our pricing and will continue to.
Right.
Yep. We're having the issue with insurance as well. And I think it's because we're both in beach markets, because I'm at the beach too. And a lot of insurance companies got in trouble with Florida's last, unfortunate hurricane. And a lot of them have gone out of business, which I think, Leigh, you and I are catching that aftermath with those insurance going up. Agreed. Our prices have actually gone up. They went down for a couple of months, but it's interesting because our March numbers just came out too. And our median for our Tri-County area was $390 last year, and it's $424 this year. So it's gone up 8% from last year. So we saw a little bit like in December where the prices go down, but overall, like Maria saying, flood insurance, yes, is bothering her too. And Hilton Head. Yeah, Maria, you're in the same type of market we're in. I think anybody on these coastal communities are feeling some of that pressure there, but our prices have continued to go up, and it'll be interesting to see what actually happens when April's come out, because I don't know about you two, but I, in the past 3 weeks, have become incredibly astronomically crazy. I mean, I can't breathe. Like, I don't know where I'm supposed to be and what time I'm supposed to be there, because I have that much activity in real estate right now, which I haven't experienced in really 6 to 8 months. So I am finding that that people are, I think at the beginning they were a little bit worried about interest rates. In my opinion, they were kind of waiting to see what interest rates were going to do. Once they realized interest rates were not coming down anytime soon, they went ahead and decided to buy. Is that what you are seeing? What are you seeing?
Yeah, we had some people who said they were going to get out, or took a break from the market when rates started to go up, have, I guess, gone through their stages of grief and denial and decided that, if they want to buy, this, what we're seeing in the numbers in March is no indicator that prices are going to do this.
That's exactly right.
And the only place I see prices doing that is, I think we are going to have some condo buildings that are in trouble because they deferred maintenance far too long, and they're going to pay in the pocketbook. But, we're back, instead of having the crazy, each one is more than the next. There's actually, you can put a finger on a price for type of property, and they're selling. We've had several fall out, my team, because of undisclosed insurance fee issues, etc. But if we can stay ahead of that game and keep them educated, then we are back. I had 2 calls today from a couple of clients that I worked with 8 years ago, ready to get back in. So we like that.
That is good. And have you seen any difference in how people are paying? Meaning, are they paying, more people paying cash? Are you seeing more FHA loans, VA loans, conventional loans, new out of the box, new kind of loans? Have you seen anything, a substantial change in that?
Not in my market. Here pretty much we're just, we're heavily VA driven. We have a lot of conventional loans, usually fewer FHA loans, but we do have a few of those. But nothing, San Antonio is kind of a melting pot of, all kinds of different people, like I said, heavy military. So our loan types really haven't changed. Anything, interesting. Now back, last year and the last couple of years, it was going crazy. We had, those, Homeward or Knock, people buying cash and, and going back and refinancing through that lender, and some interesting ways to get things done, because they, basically were paying well over list price, and giving sellers, everything,
that they want
firstborn, just to get into the house. So back to regular loans now, asking for closing cost assistance, all kinds of just, back, pre-COVID market, I think we're getting back to.
What about you, Leigh? Have you seen any difference?
Yeah, since the the hot market cooled off, we're seeing a mix of cash, conventional, but I think what's interesting is that now we're having some counters back and forth because again, those hidden costs, like if there's an assessment or an increased insurance payment due to the association, you got to negotiate that back into the price. But we're able to negotiate now, and the sellers are making some concessions instead of just none. But you've got your cash buyers, but we've still got some conventional ones too.
That's right. And I think it's amazing. I mean, been in business 17 years, probably 2 to 3% have been cash buyers historically for me. And just in the past 6 months, it's more like 50% are cash buyers, which has been a huge change for me. And when I start going back to these people, then I'm like, where's this cash coming from? And only asking because I haven't really seen it in 17 years. Yeah. And I think a lot of people are getting scared of the stock market, and they are finding it's a better investment to invest in housing. So that's, what they're doing. But I don't want to forget, Maria, say you are on live broadcast. If you have any questions, please bring them so that we can get these answered. But Maria, yes, I had 4 clients that we have written 3 offers on, and all 3 did not get accepted because we are in multiple offers. However, saying that, I did get them under contract today. So they're super excited.
Congratulations.
Good. So we are seeing multiple offers. Are you?
I am. Well, just on the list side, which is what I tend to do, probably about 70% listings. I've had a really nice property. Everybody was hot on it, making offers. Then it cooled off. And then all of a sudden, 30 days ago, boom, have 2 offers at once. And we've got to do that. And we wound up, I can tell you, because I'm not revealing the property, even though it hasn't closed, we did get full price. And with the sellers even got a concession back to them because the buyer knew there was another offer. But we priced it well to begin with. Yeah, so that was really important. But where we run into difficulty is the sellers whose heads are still in the market of a year ago.
That's right. I completely agreed. And Maria, you're funny. Yeah, I agree with you. They behind them under their mattress. All that cash. I just didn't know which mattress it is. And then as far as inventory, are you still saying the inventory is pretty low? What is your inventory like right now?
Yeah, well, our inventory is up from last year, but it's still lower than where it needs to be. Probably about 10 to 15% lower than where it needs to be. We're at 9,700 homes currently, and that is new construction and pre-owned homes. About a third of those, maybe a little bit even more, are new construction.
Wow.
Builders are building faster now. And now they're trying to get rid, like if you want a great deal on a brand new construction might be the way to go, because builders have to get rid of, they took so long building beforehand, right? And so all these people were waiting forever to get into their house. And now they've sped that up and the interest rates went up. So so they have all this inventory now. So they're basically throwing money at people. I got one of my clients under contract for I want to say $35,000, $40,000 under. Wow. They listed the home for, and all their closing costs paid. So, I mean, that's a really good deal. So as far as on the pre-owned home goes, you're not going to get those kind of deals probably. So there's still homes that you were saying, Leigh, that, there's still sellers out there that are kind of like in that yesteryear market that have just overpriced their homes, and they're sitting on the market a little bit longer.
Yeah. So our average days on the market have gone up. And again, it's average in our Tri-County area, which is different average in Mellow area. But if I look at Tri-County, which was easier for me to get the numbers, average days on the market was 51. And our inventory is still at 1.9 months of inventory. So it's still a seller's market here. I do think that we're a little bit delayed from other parts of the country because because we're a beach town and our prices are still affordable compared to other places in the country. Our weather, we still have fabulous weather. We're not as hot as Florida or as Texas. We do have seasons, but very, very mild seasons. And we are on the beach and taxes are cheap. So I think overall there is still the draw to move here as long as you can work from home, because our housing, not our housing market's still low, but our jobs, we just don't have very good jobs here in Wilmington, North Carolina. We just don't have a lot to offer,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah, that's not the case in San Antonio. I mean, we've got a great jobs market in Texas, but our problem is we've got high property taxes compared to other areas in the state. You know what I mean? So they like, how much are taxes a year? And your average home, 4-bedroom, 2-bath, home or whatever, mid in San Antonio is probably going to run you at least $8,000 a year on taxes.
Yeah, ours is like 3 to 4 on like a $500,000 home. No, it depends on where you are and all that.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
all that. But if y'all, and we are going to be done at 5:30 because I have a 6 o'clock appointment. So just to let you know, everybody in the audience, I am going to be a grandmother if I haven't told
Oh,
you.
congratulations. Oh, Allie?
Allie, yes.
Oh my gosh.
It's official. I'm allowed to tell everybody, but at 6 o'clock, we are taking sewing lessons and smocking lessons to learn. And I have done it in the past, but I have not done it in 20 years. So super excited, but our lessons start at 6. So I do need to wrap this up.
Oh yeah, no.
Congratulations.
Welcome to the Grandma Club.
It's your favorite thing ever.
I am so tickled about it.
Everything everybody says is true and better.
Yeah,
I can't wait. She is glowing. She is forgetful as an admin. I want to strangle her most times as an admin, but she is popping and just.
Oh, that's so sweet. Oh my, do you know yet? Have you had a?
Yeah, it's a girl.
Oh, congratulations.
Her name is Austin,
Austin,
US
pretty name.
And due in August. So we're super excited. But back to the real estate world, what is 1 or 2 things that you would tell your clients right now, whether they were buying or selling a home? What's your advice?
Well, as far as buyers go, don't believe the hype. It's still a great time to purchase a home. There's more things you can do. There's different, lending programs and different lenders that can help you with interest rates, depending on what's going on. And as far as sellers go, I'm always, super, super honest. Pricing is still important, regardless, you know what I mean? And if we could have sold your house, last year, sure, but you weren't ready to move then. So if you're ready to sell now, this is the price. I'll always treat you fair and always try to get you the most we can bear, but you just need to be, reasonable. So,
okay. What do you think, Leigh? What are some advice you can offer the audience?
Same thing. I'm telling my second home sellers, especially those, I said, look, if you're thinking about selling, don't decide to wait it out. It's not going to change. You're going to be, again, the insurance driver means that you're going to be putting more money in that you won't get back out on the back end. And for buyers, though, there are some selections. Our inventory is not perfect. We've got about 90 days on the beach. I think days on market 52 in traditional market. But if you like it, it's the best place to put your money. It's a stable place to put your money. Yeah. And I lived through 07, 6, 8, all the craziness then. And what we do know, especially 29 years, the market goes up and down. Exactly. I mean, it cycles, but it's a safe place. And I do not foresee any kind of 08 repeat. We'll have
totally different. The circumstances are totally different.
We'll have pockets of opportunity because people make bad decisions every day. And, a second home is not something you have to have. That's what I tell my agents. I says, remember, we sell people something they don't have to have.
That's right.
So it's very important that don't think about today in this sale. You've got to think about why they want it. What's, everything. You got to dig, disclose, tell them everything. Don't let them make an emotional purchase.
That's right. You got to have them well educated. And my advice, and I say it every week, is there are a lot of agents out there. I mean, if you look at agents in the United States, I think like more than 50% of the population has a real estate license. you don't want to hire just anybody because they have a real estate license. You need somebody that is smart. And when I say smart, I mean real estate smart. I mean, they have been in the market. They know how to do it. They know how to negotiate. If you're working, with a buyer's agent, they need to be able to show you things that they know are wrong with the home based on their experience, right? We're not attorneys. We're not appraisers. We're not home inspectors, but we are very knowledgeable real estate professionals. And it's important to interview who you hire because not two are any the same.
Right.
Do you ladies agree?
Yes. Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely. Very important to have somebody that's knowledgeable, market savvy on your side, whether you're purchasing or selling a home. In my opinion. And I try to tell all my clients that. So.
Yep. Don't hire your best friend that got the real estate license a month ago. I promise you're not going to, it's not going to be a good experience.
Ruin a friendship. Good way to ruin a friendship.
And lose money. Absolutely.
Yeah. Biggest purchase you probably, one of the biggest purchases you'll ever make in your life. So.
Yes. And on our end, it's one of the 3 most stressful things people do in their life, right? Yep. Divorce, death, and moving.
Yep. Yeah.
I mean, statistically, so it's a very stressful time, and you need somebody that will fight for you on your side because they understand what you're going through. Yep. So with that, y'all wish me good luck. I have not seen
good luck. Congratulations. I'm just so happy for you. That's amazing. Congratulations. And thank you for having me.
Yes. Next time I'm going to show you the dress. Well, it'll be like in 6 weeks, but I'm going to show you the dresses we made, and I'm super excited.
Exciting.
Okay. Thank you so much. Loved it.
Bye.
Good to see both of you. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll talk to y'all soon.
Bye.